Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, bro?
Yo, man, other than dealing with what I had to deal with today, being in this truck, man, they had to put the fifth starter in 2 years in this truck. But I mean, listen, man, other than that, man, everything is good, man. It's just like that part, like it's old. You know what I'm saying? Like just dealing with like that type stuff. But hopefully, man, we can get this stuff straightened out. But other than that, man, everything good, man. I've been getting in a lot of new content as of late. So, kind of looking forward to the second episode of the week, man, because I got some nice what we watching in the tuck. So doing all right though, man. How about you, man? How you feeling?
I'm discombobulated. As you already know, I was about to talk about what we watching in this episode. But you know what I'm saying, you got me back on track. But nah, man, outside of that, bro, I'm good, man. Just working hard, you know what I'm saying, like it ain't nobody business, man.
Same here, man. Same here.
So before we get to it, bro, I had this question I wanted to ask you because I heard this question on an interview that Funny Marco did. And I was like, man, that's a great question that he asked. But he asked, who is a better duo, Will and Martin or Ice Cube and Mike Epps?
I gotta go Ice Cube and Epps.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I gotta go there, man. Simply because I think that next Friday after next, and All About the Benjamins, shit is out. This shit is out of this world.
No, you missing one. You missing one.
Well, I never seen Jake.
Okay, I'm about to say, to me, that's
I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's their best one to me.
But and so then you look at what they did. They did because see, from my view, that's three, and then the Bad Boys franchise, that's three.
Yeah,
and it's like, the moments that came out of Mike Epps and Ice Cube, they're too monumental, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just them just walking into a booth, man. Like, man, it's small in here. Nah, man, you just big in here. Like, come on, man. Just something that simple. Like, it ain't even like, nah, man. Like, the only scene for me personally, the only scene that can match up with what Ice Cube because I mean, I ain't even go to All About the Benjamins, the whole, you know what I'm saying? You would never find a hairline like mine. I ain't even go there. But like when Bad Boys first came on, the first one, like the very first 5 minutes.
When he was doing Mike Lowry?
No.
That's what I'm talking about. When he was doing Mike Lowry, I don't know, bro.
No. I'm talking about when they was in the car. He's like, yo, man, where's your cup holder? He was like, man, I ain't got one. He was like, what you mean you ain't got no cup holder? He was like, man, you got $100,000 car. He said, no back seats, no cup holder. He was like, man, this car is this and this limited edition. He's like, you goddamn right, it's a limited condition. He's like, no cups, ain't no. He's like, man, we just two shiny dicks just riding. He was like, we just two balls in this one. And he dropped the fries. He was like, oh, you gonna get the fries? He's like, man, I can't get the fries. He said, my hand's gonna come up like this. Like, that shit, yo. That part is probably the only part that could like. Now I'm talking about as together. I'm talking about like, cause see what you're talking about. That wasn't together. He was just playing Mike Lowry.
No, I'm talking about just funny moments. I'm talking about away from each other. I'm just talking about just in the movies together. The Mike Lowry part to me is one of the most iconic moments out of, you know what I'm saying, out of that duo. Another one is when they in the fucking morgue and
Yeah. Was it?
and then they no.
eh.
He under there with the he had to get under there with the dead lady. But when he
Yeah.
pulled it out, he was like, he said, Mike. He was like, what? No. No. He was like, no, she had the big ass titties. Hey, bro, that shit had me fucking crying, bro. That was a good one though. But to me, though, nothing beat. I don't know why this shit is so fucking funny to me, bro. But this has always been to me the best scene between um Ice Cube and Mike Epps. Outside of janky promoters, because you said just those three. But this is the best scene to me. When uh when Day Day is talking to Craig about his baby mama, and then he bring up Baby D, and he was
That's the
talking
all
about,
time
you
funniest
know,
shit.
he was like, she what he say? She babysit,
He said.
do hair,
He
and
said.
sell drugs all out the same house.
Same house.
He got
Police
all
don't know when to kick the door in. That's what I'm saying. I got a restraining order
he
on her fat ass too.
said, he said, "It's going to me talking about Day. You hear about Twinkie? They got a new they got a new cupcake coming out. It shoot all in your mouth, glitter."
He said, fat bitch know about all the new snacks when they hit the streets. All the year 2000 snacks. That motherfucker stupid, but
Hey, bro,
the,
not
the funniest part though, is just it's because he's like Craig asks him a question, and then he'll tell him, and then he'll be like, man, he said, man, what's up with your girl? No, he said, uh oh man, I forgot what he said, but he said, man, you better get out of my business. Like you sitting there telling him your business, but he asked you a question, then you tell him to get out your business. I don't know why I thought just that was just so funny.
Funny as shit was the fact that just Ice Cube just sitting there really listening to this nigga tell him all this shit, knowing that this shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. That shit just had me rolling. I don't know, man, but I agree though. I think it's Will's. I'm sorry. I think it's Ice Cube and Mike Epps too. For me personally, it's just because of the funny. I always follow the funny, and those two together. And I got to give Ice Cube credit on this. I don't know how he does it, but he always finds a way to make whatever comedian is on the opposite side of him shine. And it's not like it's not like he's intentionally doing it. I think it's just more so like he's really playing his part to the point that whoever is on the other side of him, because he's so straight laced and like upfront and he ain't cracking no jokes or none of that, that dynamic just works properly. Like the straight man and the funny man together, like he always gets that straight man right. But even when it's his time to be funny, he can be funny. Like, and it's a scene in Janky Promoters, and um Mike Epps plays the other promoter. His nickname is like Jelly Roll or some shit like that. So he talking to Ice Cube's character. They going back and forth, and he like, yeah, man. He was like, we gonna throw this party. We gonna get Jeezy down here because that's the whole purpose of that's the whole plot of the movie is them to get Jeezy to come to this after party. So, you know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, man, we gonna get Jeezy to come down here. And no. He like, yeah, man, we gonna come in that motherfucker fly. He was like, I got a brand new outfit. He was like, I got some new shoes. My girl, she gonna come in. She gonna be all tight with her dress and shit. He was like, yo, girl. He said, yeah, man, my girl. He said, man, that woman married. He said, oh, man, nobody give a fuck about that. He was like, man, why you always bringing up bad shit? He was like, bringing up bad. He said, "You ain't gonna have to worry about me bringing up bad shit. You gonna have to worry about it, her husband bringing up bad shit." He was like, "Oh man, nobody want to hear that negative shit." And then he was like, I don't even understand why that nigga don't like me." That nigga Ice Cube looked at him. He said, "Cause you fucking all on his wife, man." That shit had me fucking crying. Nothing about that shit. Nothing about the way he did it or none of that is supposed to be funny, but the way that he did everything and just that in that moment, it just made that shit 10 times funny. I was like, man, yeah, they definitely make a great duo. But I thought that was a good question, man. Shout out to Funny Marco, man. That was a amazing question. When I heard him say that, bro, I just thought about that shit all day. Like, damn, that is a real good question because you
It
can
is.
really stack that up in a bunch of different ways. But today, man, we actually have come on here. Speaking of the question that we asked. We come to talk about one of the members of that question, man. And the movie that he did in 1997 with co-host Tim Robbins called Nothing to Lose. If you read the title, you know what I'm saying, you would see that, or if this popped up from algorithm, that's what we're talking about today. Basically, it's a movie about a guy who has the worst of luck. He finds his wife cheating on him. He ends up getting jacked by a carjacker who ends up becoming an annoying friend. Um, and hilarity ensues, shenanigans, antics, all that good shit. So, where do you want to start with this movie, man? Where do we start?
Oh man, there's so many places. There's so many places because just the whole fact of and now we didn't do this in pre-production or whatever, but there is going to be like somewhat of a serious conversation, but we can tackle that somewhere in the middle
Yeah,
towards the end of the
yeah,
pod.
for sure.
But like just to think that the way that they started the movie was dope.
Mm-hmm.
For the simple fact of like showing like two people in love and like they like to like play games in bed. You know what I'm saying? Like just act like like the girl act like she was she wanted a divorce or whatever because she was
Mm-hmm.
sleeping with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then like she threw the whole little joke in the end, like, oh, just the way he makes me do this, your dad. You know what I mean? Like so you can see they got this playful relationship.
Yeah.
So they got like this playful relationship. Like there was a scene where he got off the phone with his wife. He's like, "Yo, I hate you," and she's like, I hate you too." But we know they don't hate each other.
Right.
And then so like they're playing up this playful relationship, and then he comes home, which I would hope y'all would have seen this movie by this point. But like
Mm-hmm.
where he sees this redheaded girl having sex, and then he finds the cufflinks, and it's his boss's cufflinks. And he's like, "Oh man, so my wife is fucking my boss."
Yeah.
And so like at this point, like he just didn't care about life anymore. So I thought that was interesting. But like I think that where I want to start is if you would have told me like back then, yo, I want to put Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins in a movie together, it would
Mm-hmm.
have been like, I don't know, like explain it to me. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have felt like it fitted, but they put together, in my opinion, a masterpiece. This shit is hilarious. Like
Right.
I think that right. I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite scenes in this movie, and I know which one yours is because you said it at the end of the last part. But
That's
what,
actually no. That's actually my
it's
second.
not. It's
That's
a second. Okay,
That's just to
so
me. That's just the most memorable quote from the movie. But that's actually my second favorite.
my favorite is when they was sitting in the restaurant, after so when they riding through Arizona, he doing the whole talk, the whole freaky Jason thing, like he said
Yeah,
the kill a person, leave him in the desert type shit. So
yeah.
like they pull up to the restaurant, the diner, and
That's my
Martin's
favorite
talking
part.
about
That's my
how his ass fell asleep and shit. So they get in the restaurant, and so they having they conversation. And he's like, man, it's clear that you got one man problems. And he was like, no, I don't. He was like, man, like it's clear. So he get to telling them that he was like, I didn't do nothing. I just walked out. He's like, you just walked out. He was like, you're a pussy. He was like, because at first he was saying like, oh, I know you went in there and bow. He's like, I know you busted this shit up. He was like, wait a minute, you capped him. He's like, you had to cap him. That's why you out here in the desert because you capped him. He was like, I didn't cap him. He's like, I just left. And so then he was like, that's why your wife cheating on you. And so he was like, if it would have been me, he said I would have busted in there like I was Terminator. And I said all this type of shit. And then like what was so funny is when he picked up the card, he was like, cause I'm Nick Beam. Nick Beam don't play that shit. He's like, I'm lit, I'm fit, and I ain't taking no shit. So you can get the fuck out. He was like, that's what I was told, bitch.
Yeah.
I would have told the bitch, hey, what I'm talking about that shit is so
And we're
fucking
straight to
funny.
eating this food. That's my favorite part of the movie, bro. Because we know
That's
damn
hilarious.
well, bro. This nigga is a fucking a shyster through and through, bro. He would have never said no shit like that. Real quick, man. That's actually a great place to start because this is how we get introduced to these two. Actually ending up being later on being a team because of this scenario. So he's going through like all of this bad shit, right? Nick is going through all of the horrible shit. He gets in the car, and Terrence is in the car trying to carjack him. And this motherfucker is just looking at him. He like, get the fuck out the car. He just looking at him like, no. He like, man, you fucking crazy. He like, man, get that shit out my face.
Hey, he said, this is a gun. He's like, this is a gun.
Yeah. So I think that in that moment, right, that tells you everything that you're gonna need to know about this movie. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you watch enough movies and you pay attention to movies, you know that eventually Nick's character is gonna have to muster up the courage to do something. You know that Terrence is gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, get right in the way that he is, and you know that these two are gonna come together and eventually have some sort of a friendship. It's one way or the other, right? And I think that the way that they set this up made it super important. I mean, it was super important for them to set it up this way because what you end up seeing is you end up seeing like a journey between these two. You know what I'm saying? You end up seeing like a real friendship form off of the interactions that they having, off of the experiences that they having together amongst all of this shit. And for me, right, when they go to Terrence's house and he, you know, they come in, Terrence's wife going crazy, talking to him, you know what I'm saying? She going off on him. And then his mom pop up. So, you know what I'm saying? Terrence like, you know, I'm gonna make it right. And she smack him. Nick get the laugh and she smacked Nick. He like, yo, like, what the fuck was that for? To me, I thought like that right there, that was the moment you seen that bond created. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they was all in that moment together, you know what I'm saying? And he like, nah, you know, this my man, you know, this the homie. And he like, yeah, you know, this everything good. Like, nah, we good. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that right there, you kind of seen that ball get the roll in between them two. You started to see that they was gonna start working in tandem, and I like the fact that they was able to give you enough before we got to that moment, because like even because I want to say the store robbery is before that part, right?
Yeah, it's before that part.
Okay, the store robbery, another hilarious moment in this fucking movie. These niggas go into the store,
Hold
try
on,
to
the first one or the second one?
which is the one where the dude was teaching them how to. I think it's the first one where the dude was teaching them how to rob the store. The store
No,
owner,
that's the second one. That's the
okay,
second one.
the store owner is teaching them how to rob the store, and then as they leave, and they like, all right, have a good day. He's like, yeah, goodbye. I'm like, bro, what the fuck type of shit is that?
Okay, well, it
I
was
mean,
more. It was more.
it's a great part of the movie. To me, I think like that's a classic, funny part of the movie, though.
Well, it was more. It wasn't that like he. Oh no, you're talking about when they. Okay, so there's three different sets of robberies. So the
Yeah,
first one was Martin just like he like they put up at a gas station. Well, Terrence, and he was like he was gonna pay for gas because remember, um, when he was like, "Yo, you want my wallet?" And he
mm-hmm.
threw his wallet out the window. So when they was at the diner, Nick ain't got no money.
Right.
So Terrence paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, "All right, you pay for gas, and I get you back home."
Mm-hmm.
So when they went to the first place to get gas, Terrence was robbing the place.
Right.
And so then he was like, "Why did you rob him?" He was like, "Man, he was like, that five I gave the waiter was all I had." so so then they came out and it was a whole thing where the guy was shooting at the car and then they was getting chased by the cops, so they did the whole thing. So the second one, so they went to get gas And so Nick is like, "Give me your gun." He was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because I don't want you to rob." He was like, "Man, I ain't gonna rob the place and all this type of shit." So Nick goes in. He was like, "Yo, I want 20 on this pump and a fruity twist." And so the guy see the gun in his waist. He was like, "Are you a cop?" And he was like, "No." And then he got a gun. He's like, "Freeze!" He's like, "Y'all done tried to get me too many damn times." And he was like, "No, like, man, for real, I'm not trying to rob you." So he's calling the police. And so then Nick now put the gun down and put the gun in his face, but the phone's still on 911. My man he's like, you know that shop? He's like, you know that show cops? I love it.
Hey, that right there is fucking genius.
Like, hilarious.
No, for them to put that in the movie. Think about that though, bro. Like, that's to me, that's like it went from a serious call to a prank call. You know what I'm saying? Because that's some shit a motherfucker would do. They call the cops, be like, "Hello, 911. Hey man, I just want to call to tell you I love cops." What the fuck that got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? You playing too much. Get off the phone. But I think that was a genius line to put in the movie for sure.
Yeah. And then the third one was when they went to rob the hardware store for fucking flashlights.
Yeah.
So they went in there. Terrence came in there. "Freeze! Don't move, motherfucker!" And all this type of shit. And then Nick's like, "Why you gotta yell at him like that?" And then he's like, "What you mean?" He was like, "No." He's like, "Give me the gun." And then so Nick told the cashier to get close to, like, "Come here." He's like, "Look, we're gonna take a few things, and you're gonna let us get away with that." He's like, "Are you good with that?" And then the guy like shook his head, "Yeah." So then Nick pulled back and said, "Okay, which one was scarier?" And he's holding the gun in front of him, like, "Which one is scarier?" He's like, old guy was like, "You want me to be honest?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I think he was scarier." And then Martin was like, "Boom!" And he was like, "How so?" He was like, "Well, he came in and said, 'Don't move a motherfucking inch or I'll shoot you.' He said, led me to believe that if I moved an inch, I would be shot." And then the old guy say, "Well, you were scary too." He was like, "Nah, you don't have to say that." He was like, "No, you was." But hey, that shit was so funny. But okay, right. So to go back to what you were saying, because I had a thought on that. So you were talking about you felt like when Nick got slapped by the moms that they kind of formed this bond. And I think it was just the scene right before that where I felt like, oh, okay, I could see this shit. So they're riding to his house, and so Martin was like, So Terrence is like, he's like, "Man, so where you gonna stay tonight?" He's like, "I don't know, maybe I'll sleep in my car." So he's like, "Man, you can stay at my place." And then Nick was like, "Well, only for one night though." He was like, "No, what you think I mean?" He's like, "Stay with me forever, Mr. Beam."
Man, that's another, you know what? That's another thing about this movie that I think that made it work so well was the fact that you had two polar opposite people. You know what I'm saying? You had two totally different people from two different spectrums of life. You had like a straight laced guy like Nick, who, you know what I'm saying, was happily married, or at least he thought he was happily married. You know what I'm saying? Loved his wife, went to work, loved his job. Like, everything was good until that moment happened. And then you got a guy like Martin, who is happily married, you know what I'm saying? Everything cool, but he just do fuck shit all the time.
Well, see, I don't see it that way.
Okay.
I don't see it that way because and this is why I was saying that, about that whole we may have to get serious during this podcast. Okay, right? So when at the diner, so Nick was like, "You're a bad person. You rob people and all this type stuff." And so he's like kind of saying like this ain't, I'm kind of led to do this. You know what I'm saying? So when Nick was at his house, he got to looking at pictures and stuff, and then he saw the degree on the wall that he had a degree for engineering. So then he looks down and see this folder and see not enough experience, not enough education, not this, not this. We're not hiring at this time. And so he sees like, oh shit, he's really out here trying to get jobs.
Right.
He went and did what he was supposed to do. He got his degree, but nobody's hiring him.
Right.
And so what I meant was, I think that what Terrence is trying to do, he tried to do everything the right way by going out, getting the education and the degree that he needs to do the things that he wants. And I think what Nick seemed to realize was, well, he's probably not getting these opportunities more than likely because he's black. Like they're just like the type of jobs that he's trying to get. A lot of these corporations really wanted to fill those positions with probably white people. So
yeah,
so that was one of the things where I was like, it's kind of serious because we see that type of shit happen all the time, where people are qualified for jobs, but they're not getting them.
Exactly.
And so I think what Nick realized was like, oh shit, like the reason why he tried to rob me for everything that I had is because he's getting denial after denial after denial when he's trying to do everything the right way. So he's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna rob people to try to get money because none of the places are hiring me. Now I know some people can say, well, he probably can work at McDonald's to get over and all this type of shit. But now I know in a lot of cases, especially when you're married with 2 kids and your mom lived there, but at the same time, you like, I put all this time in to get an engineering degree. I got the experience. I know what I need to know, but these people just ain't hiring me. So I think that Nick was like, that was something that he probably never encountered. It seemed like the way Nick's life was going, I don't think he really interacted with a lot of black people. And I think
definitely not.
And I think the way that he interpreted Terrence from the beginning was, oh, well, you a bad guy, you out here robbing people and all this type of shit. And I think that once he started to really spend more time with him, and then he actually saw like, damn, he got a degree and he's went for countless job interviews, but keep getting turned down. So that's where I think that Nick kind of like really, really made his turn on Terrence, because he's like, yo, this dude is out here trying to do the right thing. And he's probably not getting these opportunities for that simple fact. And so that's what I meant by like getting serious. So like, what are like some of your thoughts on, what you thought maybe what Nick was thinking, like when he saw that type stuff, and just the fact of, like it might be considered fuck shit what he was trying to do, but at the same time, he's like, yo, I'm doing everything right and I'm still not getting ahead. So I'm gonna rob some people to, to keep some money in my pocket.
Yeah, so initially seeing this, like as I'm watching this, I'm thinking the same way, Nick is thinking. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is just doing fuck shit out here in the streets, right? Until you really like see him with his family, which, speaking of his family, is fucking hilarious, because the little boy that was his son was the dude that was lying to him on the show, telling him that was his son. His mom told him that Martin was his dad, and then at the end of it, he was like, "Sorry, I lied to you, Martin." Oh, what is dude's name? Hold on, man. That's the funniest shit in the world to me, bro. Marcus T. Polk. Yeah, him, man. That shit is always gonna be funny to me, bro. My little cousin, when we be playing Xbox, he do that shit. Like somebody say something and he might like fuck up in the game. He'd be like, "Sorry, I lied to you, Martin." That should be funny. No, just what I'm saying, seeing Martin with his family and taking care of everything, what I'm saying, and going through everything. And then seeing I said Martin too, Terrence, but then seeing Nick on the other hand, what I'm saying, and what his life was like, it I think that's another, like that's a piece of what I was also trying to say too, was just the fact that like not only do you have them initially think, initially you think that Martin is just like this dude who's out here just, you know, hustling. That's
Mm-hmm.
what you initially look at it as. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want us, you definitely think he's out here hustling. Um, but on the other hand, you got Nick, who is, so like I said, this straight laced dude wearing suits, and he probably worked for a firm or a good corporation or some shit like that. And you could kind of tell he do anyway, because the motherfucker came in and noticed his boss's cufflinks. Like, who the fuck really recognizes cufflinks? And who the fuck is wearing cufflinks? You know what I'm saying? Like, well,
Well, I mean, 97. I
you know
mean,
what I'm saying? Like
couplings
10
is a
times
thing.
problem. But just the fact that he was able to, just the fact that that was the interaction, you know what I'm saying? Like, he seen them having sex. He didn't know who the man was until he seen the cufflinks and he realized, oh, this is my fucking boss. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you could see like the differences in that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Culturally different. Um, you know what I'm saying? Just in general, even the fact of when he got in the van and he had the gun to his face, and after he done been through everything, he just like, I'm not giving you this fucking van. You can forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't even scared or nervous or nothing like that. So but to go back to the question, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we see this, for us, at least for most of us. I don't want to generalize, but for most of us, we kind of not only see this with other people every day, but for the most part, throughout our lives, we've probably experienced this at least once. You know what I'm saying? At the minimum. You know what I'm saying? We've definitely experienced this at least once. I don't know, countless number of stories about how I was supposed to get a promotion. I was on the probation period before I was able to get there, and then next thing you know, I'm on another probation period, and eventually I don't get it. Or, you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be promoted to a manager, and then I can't get the manager position because they decided to go with somebody else. Or, you know what I'm saying, you hear this from family and friends. So this is not something that, you know what I'm saying, is a foreign concept for us. We I think in that moment, what you end up seeing is you kind of seeing somebody realize the differences between the two, right? I'm
Mhm.
sure that Nick, with his job, he probably got his job before he even did the interviewing process. But then you go to see what Terrence's life is like, and you see him doing all of these, you know what I'm saying, like all of these crimes until we lead up into this moment, and you realize, oh, this motherfucker, like you said, got a degree in engineering, and he graduated college, and he has a whole family that he's taking care of. He's taking care of his mom, and he's a good person. He just happened to be in, you know what I'm saying, a bad situation, and in a situation, um, you know what I'm saying, that he can't get out of in the moment because of, you know what I'm saying, whatever the situation is. So it, for most people to see it, especially, you know what I'm saying, especially like with men, to see something like that, like knowing that it's just something, you know what I'm saying, that you done strived for all your life, and you finally get there, and even still it's, you know what I'm saying, you can't even completely do it. That's a tough pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
sometimes you go out and you commit crime, or you go out and you do some things that you're not supposed to do, but you're doing it for a righteous purpose. You just doing, you know what I'm saying, some unrighteous shit to get there.
True, true. And before we get to Reed and Charlie, like one of my um one of my other favorite scenes was when they was riding down the road, and this is when after they had their moment where Nick, pops up in his head that he wants to rob his boss.
Mm-hmm.
And so so Terrence is like, yo, like I'm with you. He was like, how much money do you think he got? He's like, probably like 500,000. He was like, I'm there. He was like, no, I'm doing this by myself. He was like, I was here during a creative moment. Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I should, get half of it or whatever. So they get in the car, they're riding, and he's like, he's like, he found the camera joint. And that's where Nick kind of figure out, like, oh, like because he was telling him like this is a decent camera, but it ain't the best. He's like, this ain't even digital and all this type of shit. And he was like, the guy that sold it to me told me it's the top of the line. He's like, this has got one such and such chip. He was like, you need this many to be, good or whatever. So he's looking through there. He was like, not bad, Nick, not bad. He was like, for a cheating hoe. He was like, man, don't call her that. He was like, you can't call her that. She's not that and all this type of stuff. He's like, what you want me to call her? What did he say? Something challenged or something. So anyway, he was like, hey man, there's a spider on your head. He's like, look, man, I don't know all this lingo stuff. He was like, what does that mean? There's a spider on your head. He was like, it means there's a motherfucking spider on your head, man. Yo.
Humongous.
Yo.
You left their head like a skull cap.
That
motherfucking spider's big as shit, bro.
Hey, he was like, oh, get it off. He's like, man, that's a big fucking spider. Yo, when he stopped that car, boy, and started dancing, and remember he had spilled that fucking gas on his shoes.
Goddamn feet fell on fire. I mean, caught on fire.
Yo, you want to talk about hilarious? I'm talking about when we saw Martin laughing and he kind of like fell out the car. That's real, my guy. That's not fake. You can't fake that shit. Yeah. He was really fucking laughing.
Pick the camera up and start recording them.
Hey, but he said, Nick, he was like, man, you hot foot. And so then, like, he got one of them off. He got one of them not on fire no more. He's like, Nick, do the good foot. Do the good foot. And I was like,
He definitely didn't need to do the good foot at all.
Hey, but that shit was so funny. I'm talking about hilarious. So Rig and Charlie. So these motherfuckers are like just bandits. They real criminals. Yeah, they real criminals out here. They going in the places, robbing them and all this shit. So they first come across T and Nick when after Nick really didn't rob the gas station, but it looked like one. And so like T is holding the gun. He's like, yo, like, what's going on? He's like, yo, we the only one that commit crime on this side of town. He's like, who these guys? So they follow them, ram them, have them pull over or whatever. And so they doing their whole little interaction where they about to rob them. And so what really made Nick go off is when Rig asked him for the wallet.
Yeah.
So then he go back to the fuck it mode of like, you ain't nothing but a piece of shit. You probably used to kill bugs with magnifying glasses and all this type of shit. And so then he put the gun to Nick's neck. And Nick gave T a signal. And so he get the gun and he was like, put the gun down. And he was like, back the fuck up. Back the fuck up. And then shot Nick. It was like, oh. He was like, man, you shot me. He was like, my bad. He said, sometimes, man, the gun go off. He said, it happened to me in bed, too. Like, sometimes I don't know when it's going to go off. And so that shit was so fucking funny. And so then them motherfuckers hitchhike, and then they find their way back to them. And so what ended up happening when they go to do the robbery, and so Rig and Charlie, they're sitting outside. Well, they was pissed at first because they showed them at the strip club. Charlie got some girls. Rig is like, yo, we need to get out of here. And he's telling him, he said, Charlie, he said, it's only right. He said, them girls really liked you back there. He said, because you're a handsome guy. He was like, so you can go back. First of all, them girls are paid to like you. So I don't even know why he would even say that. Right. But anyway, so
we gotta get into this after you get done too. The fact that they took two of the most unsuspecting actors and made them play these roles.
You talking about Rig and Charlie?
Yeah, John C. McGinley and Giancarlo Esposito. First and foremost, the last time you see Giancarlo, well, go ahead, finish, and we'll get into it.
Okay. So another thing that I didn't mention. So I mentioned a little bit of it when T robbed the first store. So they was getting chased by a cop. And so then they played a game of chicken with the guy that was at the store owner. So they ran into each other, whatnot. So the cop goes back to the police station and he's like, "Hey, these are our suspects." And it was Rig and Charlie.
Right.
And he's like, he was like, "Black guy, white guy, committing robberies. These are our guys or whatever." And so then he's like, he said, he's like, "I got to make it." They was in a 97. He said they was in a 96 Yukon. And he was like, "Did you get the plates?" He was like, "If I would have got the plates," he said, "I wouldn't be standing here with my balls in my hand." Like what you talking about? So fast forward back to where they actually going to go do the robbery at Nick's job. And so Rig and Charlie is across the street. They see him, so they just gonna wait for them to come out. And another one of the most funniest scenes. So they go in there, and so they had to take the steps. So just one little funny thing. So Nick was like, "I beat you." He was like, "Beat me at what?" He was like, "Step climbing." He was like, "What, you want me to crown you to step clean or something like that?" So anyway, he go to put the code in, code don't work. So he was like, "Damn, they must change it on the weekends." So T showed him some of his skills where, he takes some stuff out, boom, 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 put the code in. He's like, "Yo, we got 5 minutes." So they go in, they get the money, but Nick want to be Nick. He's still pissed off about his wife and shit. So Nick doing the whole middle finger thing to the camera.
Tell this motherfucker.
T sitting there with he's trying to get his attention. He's waving the flashlight. He's like, Nick.
Stupid as hell.
And so Nick, he sees that fucking statue that he got, you know what I'm saying, with the big dick sticking out of it. He chopped that shit up. So then he raises up his mask and say, "You had to have it all, but you had to go and fuck with me and all this type of shit." So now T pissed. He's like, "Yo, they catch you, they catch me."
Yeah.
And so they trying to walk out because they arguing about the shit. He was like, "It don't matter, blase. See the fucking security guard." And then the fucking light shit popped back up. Then they see the security guard. So now they got to crawl and go hide. Yo, my guy. Nick is on the floor. Fucking trying to scooch under the fucking table. Hits the butt. Oh, so when they robbed the fucking third store for the flashlights, T was like, "Hey," he said, "These flashlights got AM radio." He said, "Man, you can listen to music while you got the lights on, boy." So anyway, you go back to that scene. Nick pushes the button on the fucking flashlight, and the music starts playing.
Right.
So the security guard is like, "What the fuck?" So T trying to tell him, like, push the button on the back, push the button on the back. So he finally sees it. Yo, this is why my man is, and this is no disrespect to people who are security guards. I'm just talking about this security guard.
Right.
This motherfucker turns the radio around and said, "Oh, they must have left the alarm set." But he flips the shit. Obviously, the shit wasn't on alarm. But he just oblivious that maybe somebody's in here. So my man turned the fucking radio on. My guy, when he started dancing, it was 8:23. When he got done, it was 9:47.
So motherfucking stupid, and he ain't doing his job right.
Yo, and when he got done, T just said, "White people."
This motherfucker's supposed to be controlling the premises. This nigga is getting his fucking boogie on.
I'm talking about sweating, back sweat, everything.
He was getting to
it. I mean, killing it. So they go back to they get a hotel room and shit. So they all excited about the score, but Nick, like, man, he still ain't feeling it and shit. So Nick go downstairs, he get a couple of drinks, run into the girl at the office that he see, but he was telling the The bartender like, yo, have you ever did something where you think thought you would feel better, but after you did it, you actually feel worse? And so then he sees the one girl from his job, and she's always been trying to fuck with Nick. So she's like, yo, I'm shooting my shot tonight. So she gets Nick in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? She's slobbing him down. Next thing you know, the camera pans out. There's an old lady just standing there scared as fuck because she got hit with some buttons when she ripped the shirt open. So Nick got an opportunity to smash. Next thing you know, Nick crying in my girl titties. And he was like, man, I can't do this. So Nick broke down. Said, man, I'm going to call this hoe. So he called home. Wife freaking out. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? He was like, yo, I know. She was like, you know what? He was like, I came home early and I saw you. It's like, I saw you there with damn, what's his name? Was Peter? I forget what his name was. But anyway, she was like, I saw you there with such and such. And she was like, oh no. He was like, yep, I caught you. Philip. She's like, I caught you. And she was like, honey, like, you remember when I told you my sister was coming in next Friday? She said, I got it wrong. It was actually this Friday. And she was like, and I had somebody to go pick, they had to get a cab from the airport to the house. And I told them what the extra key was. And so Nick like, wait a minute. So you ain't cheating on me? And she was like, no, dumbass. Like, what are you talking about? And so now Nick is like, oh, shit. I got to take the money back. Lo and behold, Riggs and fucking Charlie now found them motherfuckers, knocked on the door. So when he got back to the room, they got Martin hanging from the ledge. And, and so he comes in. He was like, hey, you want to talk about hilarious? So T out this, he's like, Nick, he's like, call 911. He said, tell him to meet me with a gurney. So Nick is like, Nick, like, I think I could open the door and grab the sheet. And he was like, I'm gonna do it on 3. He was like, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then open. He was like, okay. He was like, 1. He was like, okay. And he was like, 2. He was like, I can't hear you. And he was like, 2. You're on 2 already? I was like, he was like, start from 1 and then go to 3. And so then he opens it and he catches the sheet. And of course, Martin gotta be Martin. He said, man, you my boy with the damn chest pat, and fucking knocks himself down. He fucking falls like 3 fucking floors. So then they go, yo, you want to talk about hilarious? Like that. Okay, let's start from here. Just the fact that Nick, now we found out all of these feelings that he had was fucking fake. Shit wasn't even real. It was his fucking sister-in-law with her husband and shit. Just that part, and then we'll get on the other parts. What was your thoughts when you was like, yo, you telling me this whole time my dude thought he was getting cheated on and that was his damn sister-in-law?
Well, by this time, you got to remember the diner scene. The diner scene is the first thing that popped up in my head because basically Terrence told him like, yeah, this is what you should have did. You should have went in there, you should have confronted him, and you should have said something. That could have cleared a lot of shit up. That could have fixed a lot of shit. You possibly would have never been in this situation. They would have never met each other and stuff like that too. But you still would have been in a better situation than the one you're in. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know what I'm saying? I think that was a great moral to the story is about anytime you faced with a problem, don't just walk away from it, confront it. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be an aggressive aggressive confrontation or a violent one, but you have to face the situation heads up. That way, you know what I'm saying, you don't put yourself in a predicament to where you end up going on a fucking crime spree for no fucking reason. Which is not a reason to anyway. The fact that your wife cheated on you, get over it, my G. It's not that big a deal.
Hey, like Ebro say, People get cheated on every day, B.
Yeah, I got over it. Shit, he can get over it too. And I ain't stole nothing from nobody yet.
I ain't out here running lights and getting on the
Yeah,
freeway going 15 miles per
ain't
hour
that
and shit.
yeah, ain't that goddamn deep.
Yeah. So then also the whole part of, and it was so funny because when Rig saw that they was able to get $500,000, he was like, man, I was gonna come up here and just kill y'all, but he was like, but seeing such a great job y'all did, he's like, man, I can't even kill you like that now. And so but just the fact that we found out that Nick's wife never cheated on him, and now Nick is like, yo, I need my old life back. And so they run them down, and then they ram them, and then Nick is like, "Yo," he said, "Well," he was like, "What's the next part of the plan?" He was like, "I don't know." He said, "The only thing I know is to ram them. Like I don't know what to do now." And so they run up on them. They have a standoff, and Rig tell him, he was like, he said, when I see you standing there with your prom date, you're saying armed. He was like, now I don't feel bad for killing a couple. And he was like, there's two types of people in this world. He was like, it's people who kill people, and then there's the other people. He was like, what kind of people are you, Nick? And then he was like, I'm married. And then shot the gun out of his hand and all this type of shit. And then Charlie gonna have the nerve to say, are you crazy? You could have shot his hand off. Y'all sitting there pointing guns at each other, but because he shoots first and shoot the gun that's in his hand.
That's horrible writing.
Yeah, that part was bad. That part was bad. But it's like, come on, like y'all was having a standoff, and you gonna get mad because he shot first. You said he could have got hurt. So they tied them up so the police can arrest them and all this type of shit. So now they're riding, and Nick was like, "Is all the money there?" He's like, "Yeah, it's all there." He's like, "Good, I can take it back." She was like, "You ain't taking it back. What you mean you taking it back?" He was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. My wife didn't cheat on me. It was my sister-in-law the whole time." He was like, "I don't give a fuck who it was. Like, we ain't taking his money back." And this is one of those parts where so they fighting going down the road. T climbs to the back. He jumps out the car, and so they're standing there and they're confronting each other. He's like, "Man, you can't take the money back." He was like, "Yo, my life is in that bag," and that's where Nick was oblivious because he was thinking about himself in that moment.
Absolutely.
Because T told him, he threw him in the bag, and that also speaks on what type of person that T was. He gave him the money back and said, "It's one thing you forgetting. I get my life back too." And so then he walks off. And like I say, that speaks on the character of T. Like you watching this movie, in the beginning of the movie, you think, oh, well, he's a bad guy. He's robbing people at gunpoint, and he's robbing convenience stores and all this type of shit. In all actuality, like, he's really a good guy just forced to do bad shit. Yeah. So then Nick go back to work thinking everything is fine. Now, well, the first thing Nick does is he calls the fucking place, Best Buy or Circuit City, wherever the fuck he got that damn camera. And he's like, "Yo, you told me you gave me the top of the line camera. Like, I want my refund because you sold me a bullshit camera," all this type of shit. So Nick's a new guy, you know what I'm saying? He got a new attitude. So then the lady walks in and she was like, "Yo, somebody cut off Philip's statue for his thing." And he was like, "Oh yeah," and she was like, "Yeah." Now they're reviewing the tape. Nick climbed across that fucking desk. He goes in there. He's trying to fucking. First of all, if you think that you are caught on camera doing some shit like that, the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting the fuck out of this building. Why do you go in there? That's what I'm doing.
First and foremost, there was no think he got caught on camera. The motherfucker looked at the camera with the mask off. He took the mask off and looked at the camera.
And it had audio. So then it gets to the part where he goes to flip his camera up, and then all of a sudden we see him dancing with the fiery feet. And so automatically he knows, oh shit, T came in here, and they was like, wait a minute. They was like, who, like, what happened to the tape? They was like, oh, well, there was a maintenance guy that came in here, or an electrician came in here this morning. He's like, I didn't order a technician or whatever. And so they was like, I'm sorry, but the tape is ruined. And so he goes, he calls T's wife or whatever, talk to the wife, find out where he's gonna be. And he's out there having a cookout. His kids fucking with him, saying you burned the meat. He's like, Dad never burned the meat and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes up. He was like, so I see you in the electrician business now. He was like, yeah, man, it got terrible hours. He was like, man, look, I appreciate you doing this and all this type of shit. He was like, they gave me an opportunity to talk to my boss and say that we got, terrible people working in our security department. And so they put me in charge of hiring, somebody to run that division, and I know the perfect guy. He was like, "Do you want to do it?" He was like, "Man, look, I got all kind of job offers just rolling in, man." He was like, "I'm gonna have to think about it." And so I just thought that to see the movie in that way, to where you got two guys, one guy he's just trying to make it, one guy he's upset that his wife cheated on him. They formed this bond to rob Philip, and then he gives Philip his money back, and then they create this friendship where he end up hiring him to run head of security. And it's just like, yeah, you didn't get the 500,000, but at the same time, now you got a steady paycheck rolling in, and I'm pretty sure if he's head of the division, he's going to be making good money.
First off, let's talk about how this is horrible fucking writing. Okay.
Okay.
First and foremost, this motherfucker decides to argue in the middle of the fucking desert in the street about money.
Mm-hmm.
So money that is life changing at this time, $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, Nick would have got shot in the head, rolled out somewhere in the desert, and Terrence would have been on his way changing his goddamn life. So let's get that out of there, because there's no way I'm arguing with a motherfucker and I got the money and a gun. Somebody's gonna die. Second, the situation, you know what I'm saying, trying to go back to his job and all this other shit, and then he just bust in as they reviewing it. First off, you can't do that. That's not how shit works. Second, you know what I'm saying, the picture of him dancing, questions need to be answered. How did you get on this video? That's what I need to know.
I'd be like, look, yeah, this guy got a mask on, but that kind of look like you, Nick.
Well, okay, you dancing and shit. Where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? Where did this come from? Who recorded this? That question needs to be answered. You know what I'm saying? Then, last but not least, he did all of this. They went through all of this. They became friends. This motherfucker got a degree in engineering, and you offer him a job as head of security? Come on, man. Fuck that. Nobody found that odd but me. I'm sitting here looking at this shit. I'm like, wait a minute. Nigga basically head of security. That's some bullshit, man. That's some straight up man. Are you ready, man, to get into the Fire Flames?
Yes, man, I am ready.
All right, let's do it. All right. Oh.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So what do you got?
All right, man. So the cast is good. I think it was casted very well. I think the right, like, I see what you're saying on some of it, but the one thing that you said that would have been the one thing wouldn't happen because T didn't have no bullets.
Well, yeah, and it ain't that type of movie either, though. But I'm just
saying, it was never a violent movie like that. But I think that some of the scenes were so fucking hilarious in this movie. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of improv. I think they really gave Martin the green light to really do anything at this point.
Around this time for sure.
I mean, coming off, we thinking 97. I think we're coming off of Bad Boys and maybe a Thin Line. I think Thin Line Between Love and Hate was 96. I think maybe.
I want to say it was. Yep, before that it actually was. Yes, sir.
Okay, so At this point,
And
okay,
not just that, you know what I'm saying? He got stand-up specials around this time too. Because
and
this is
and he got the Martin Show, which started in '92.
yeah, and
So
it's on this way out, but because I think this is 97. Yeah, 97 is the last year. So you got Thin Line Between Love and Hate. He coming off Boomerang and Bad Boys. Then, you know what I'm saying? He has Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Don't forget he also has stand-up specials around this time. I'm trying to see if they don't show him on here.
Donna King, Shy Guy. Well, no,
That's the
that's the
music video.
video. That's the video
Yeah, that's
joint.
the music video. Hold on, I'm
Uh,
about to. You go ahead. I'm about to Google these real quick.
okay, but so I think that he had got a point in his career where they were like, "Yo, you can really just improv a lot of this shit." So I think they really let Martin cook a lot. So honestly, man, like this was the movie me and my nephew used to sit around and watch this shit religiously. And for me, this is just one of those comedy movies for me. You know how I am when it comes to comedy, but I know you have an issue with some of the writing, but for me, this is a five for me. This is just one of those movies I can watch at any time. It never gets old. Honestly, like, yeah, I know it's 97. I just don't think that some of the shit get old. Like I don't think that yeah, there's some of the stuff that did not age well, but like for the most part, it's still funny. So I'm honestly, dude, I'm gonna give this a five.
Oh wow. Okay. Um. So the other stand-up special, the stand-up special at the time was Martin Lawrence You So Crazy, which is a fire stand-up special. Um and for me personally, I I'm not giving it I can't give it a 5. I can't give it a 5 because it's not his best work, right? But I will give it a 4. And outside of cast, outside of story, outside of the, you know what I'm saying, the funny, outside of some, you know what I'm saying, most of the writing. The thing about this movie the real reason I'm giving it a 4 is the thing about this movie um is that this set Martin up to do this formula multiple times. He did it with Big Mama's House. He did it with what's the one with Danny DeVito?
Oh,
Who's what's the worst that can happen?
yes. What's the worst that could happen?
What
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? He did it with What's the Worst That Can Happen. He did it with National Security. He did it with what's the other one? With Blue Street. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a bunch of movies that he has under his belt with is him, and it's, you know what I'm saying, the polar opposite straight laced, you know what I'm saying, straight man. And I think that's what attributed to a lot of his, you know what I'm saying, movie success was the fact that he was able to play opposite of these guys who were, you know what I'm saying, they were names in Hollywood. They had big names in Hollywood. They, you know what I'm saying, they were known actors, but placing them opposite Martin Lawrence just made for a great formula. It started with this, and you see later on down the line, it worked. Big Mama's House, it worked tremendously. National Security, it worked well. What's the worst that could happen? Not so much, but I think that was around the time that he was going through like the allegations and all that other stuff too, and some other things were happening. So, you know what I'm saying? Not so much, but like movies like this, you know what I'm saying? Like this set him up uh um to be known in a various amount of other spaces. You know what I'm saying? He was never on Saturday Night Live. He was never on, you know what I'm saying, in Living Color, but he was the host of Def Jam. So, you know, even when he did You So Crazy, he was like had a like a militant like a black militant type of, you know what I'm saying, like theme about him. As time went on, they seen that he was able to do a movie like this, and they put him in position to be able to do multiple movies like this later on down the line. So much so that, you know what I'm saying, like he did like Black Knight, what was the Wild Hogs and shit like that. Like that's the type of shit he was setting himself up to do. You know what I'm saying? And it worked out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? He ended up having some big movies later on down the line. So I'm giving this a 4.
Okay, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, man. Let's get into coming soon, man.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the next episode is Fracture. I'm not sure what this is about. I don't know if I've seen this or not.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically a movie, man. It's starring Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling. Like Ryan Gosling is a lawyer, and Anthony Hamilton. Oh my God. Um, Anthony Hopkins is. I think he was an architect, and what he ended up doing, he ended up seeing that his wife cheated on him. Well, seeing that his wife was cheating on him. So what he does is he puts together the perfect murder.
Mm-hmm.
And the cop that ends up being the lead detective on her murder was the person that she was
right.
cheating with.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so he ended up finding a way, like he went to trial and found a way to beat the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
But all I'm gonna say is Ryan Gosling was not done with my guy. Was not done because when he shot his wife was in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ended up dying. So I think that like this is a movie for me. This is just one of those ones.
That's overkill.
Like, he didn't like I said, he shot her in the head, but she ended up not dying.
Overkill. Just pull the plug.
What, man? You gotta watch the movie, man.
Yeah, I got because that
You gotta watch the movie, man. You gotta watch the movie, and that's what.
Pull the plug. She out of there. But okay.
But
So, go ahead.
That I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying, true. But that was his detriment. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it for you to watch it. But this is just one of those movies. You know how I am.
Yeah.
There's some movies that came out that is really dope, but like just people don't know about them. Right. This is one of those ones right here.
Okay. Cool, man. I'm gonna definitely check this out. And if you're listening, you should also do the same thing. That way you can keep up with us, and yeah, we can talk about it afterwards. The same way we could talk about this afterwards, man. But if you enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, or if you too get in the car with somebody and say, please don't kill me, Freaky Jason, hit us up on socials and let us know, man. On X and Instagram at ViewAnon Pod, on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group, or you can go back to X, join our community, Viewers Anonymous, where we talk about movies and TV 24/7, or you can subscribe and get our paid episodes, $2.99 a month. You will not be dissatisfied. You will not be disappointed. Join, enjoy, and you know what I'm saying, chop it up with us, man. And if you'd like to follow me personally, you can hit me up on X at Scoops Bronson. I got a link tree in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and X. At 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. Still rocking with the last episode, which is History of Horror Part 2. I haven't had a chance to get back in the lab on the 28 minutes or less, but stay tuned. Something will be coming out soon. And that's all I got.
And before we go, real quick, speaking of Ryan Gosling, he has a movie coming out called The Stuntman. Have you seen the trailer for that?
I have not.
You gotta get on YouTube and look at that shit, bro.
Okay.
That shit gonna be amazing. It don't come out till like next year though, but still, it is, yeah.
Okay. I like the last thing I seen him in. I don't give a damn about that Barbie shit. But that Gray Man,
But
it was dope.
it's along the same lines. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? But
gotcha.
I think it's a little bit of comedy attached to it too. But it's definitely one of those movies. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Your support is always greatly appreciated. Without you, there could be no us. But until the next episode, man, like they say in Hollywood, that is a wrap.
Cut.